Om Sai Ram. Sai Leela Episode 30. Experiences of Mr. Bapaji Lakshman Kulkarni Ratnaparke. Sri Bapaji Lakshman Kulkarni Ratnaparke was a resident of Shirdi and was the Kulkarni of that village. He says he was with Baba for 12 years. He used to read lot of spiritual books and used to do kirtans. He used to say Sai Baba had big ears which were bored and had big holes in it. Sai Baba had belief in rebirth and he used to see some devotees and say he had relationship with them in their earlier births. The concept of rebirth was not accepted by the Muslims and the Christians. When Sai Baba was in the Chavdi, the Sej Arti was performed. Devotees used to sing artis of Tukaram and Sant Gyaneshwar. Baba used to do namaskar at that time. This was told to me by the people who gathered there. Sri Bapaji's father was a Brahmin and did not follow Sai and also opposed him. Once he fell sick. Even after treatments he did not recover. He then went to Dwarka Mai and surrendered to Sai. Then Sai treated him and he recovered. From that day he became a strong devotee of Baba. Sri Bapaji once became sick. He was the only son in the family. Late Lakshman Rao, who was his father, went to Baba regularly and brought Udi and applied to his sick son. But the disease increased day by day. One day Lakshman Rao was sitting in the Dwarka Mai and crying. Baba saw that and told him to go away. Then he left from that place, disappointed. Later, Baba went to his house and moved his hand on Babaji's body and was cured. Then Baba came back to Dwarka Mai. From that day, Lakshman Rao believed Baba was truly an avatar of God. One day, Mr. Lokmanya Tilak came to Shirdi with a garland and gave it to Baba. Baba gave him a coconut. Babaji was also present there at that time. Sai Baba attended Mahasamadhi at the Dwarka Mai. The next morning, Baba came in the dreams of Lakshman Mama and told him to perform the Kakad Arti. Accordingly, he came to Dwarka Mai and did the Kakad Arti to the mortal remains of Sai Baba. Experiences of Mr. B. Lagate. He says, I went to Shirdi for the first time around 1913 or the 1914. I was in a serious trouble and hence went to take his blessings to get rid of my trouble. When I approached Baba at Dwarka Mai, he asked for dakshina and I gave it to him. Immediately after that, without being asked, Sai Baba himself told, sow a neem tree and then cut off that tree. I could not make anything out of his utterance. It was definitely not a blessing for which I went to Shirdi to meet him. I was totally disappointed and never went and met him again. When I visited Shirdi, I stayed with Hari Sitaram Dikshit, who was a stringent devotee of Baba. There was a bribery case in the criminal court against B. Lagate for having taken bribes and he was convicted and sentenced to a term of imprisonment with a heavy fine. The judgment was confirmed on appeal. It was then when the appeal was pending for judgment. B. Lagate went to Baba to get his blessings for success in the court case. Baba's use of parable sow a neem tree and then cut off that tree was about the law of karma. Baba meant that if one sows a bitter seed, the result must also be bitter and of the same sort. Hence, Baba's opinion was that it is better for an individual to pay the price or penalty for one's mistake and wash off one's karmic debts in the same lifetime and profit in the future from the lessons of the past. Next experience is of Srimati Bikubai. Sai Mahabhakt Mrs. Bikubai belonged to the Maratha community and was a resident of Shirdi. Her ancestral home was Ahmednagar. She says, I knew Radhakrishna Mai as a friend at Ahmednagar. It was Radha Krishna Mai who had a photograph of Sai Baba and told me about him. She was worshipping Sai Baba with artis and other rituals. She told me she wanted to go to him. Radha Krishna Mai's grandfather was a lawyer there and his name was Baba Sahib Ganesh. She stayed with him in Shirdi. I was married to a person from Sangamner and he died in an early age. I came from there when I was 14 years old along with Radha Krishna Mai. She was serving Baba since 1908 in Shirdi. Gangagir Bhuva of Waregaon was performing a massive Nam Saptah under the tamarind tree near Dikshitwada in Shirdi. There used to be a huge gathering every day, and among many pilgrim groups that came, one was from Sangamner. And when that group returned to Sangamner, it bought from my friend Radha Krishna Mai a photograph of Sai Baba and lot of Barfi Prasad and invitation to me to go over to Shirdi and settle there. I accepted the invitation of Radha Krishna Mai and came to Shirdi without any jewels and property. I then went and had darshan of Sai Baba. He told me to live with Radha Krishna Mai and be busy serving the devotees. During the end of 1916, 1 or 2 months after Radha Krishna Mai died, I had gone to Nagar to draw my pension as the widow of a man that died in the war at ₹6 per month. On my way back at Kupagaon near the banks of the river Godavari, I was reminded of the tragic passing away of Radha Krishna Mai, whose body was cremated there. My mind was in a turmoil. I had bought over my garland to Shirdi for offering that to Baba. When I went to place it near Baba, he said, "I don't want this garland of mental uneasiness." Baba did not receive the garland. Hari Sitaram Dikshit requested him to take the garland as I had bought it all the way from Ahmednagar for him with such great trouble. I then went near Baba, lifted up the garland with both hands. Then as I neared Baba, the garland somehow snapped into 3 parts, one which left in each hand and one fell on the floor. I was at a loss to understand as to how the garland got served like that into 3 pieces. When this was happening, Baba kept on telling, "I don't want it." I had also bought with me, along with the garland, a watermelon, some milk sweets. I placed the peda and the cut fruit before Baba. Baba took them and distributed among the devotees who were present at that time, said Dwarkamai. Then I took a slice and cut off the outer skin and presented part of it to Baba and asked him to eat it. Dikshit also requested him to eat it. Baba then said, "This woman was weeping and shedding tears at Godavari, and she has bought it with such a troubled heart, and so I will not accept it." The fact was that at the river bank I was weeping and blaming Baba mentally for not having saved Radha Krishna Mai and for allowing her to die such a wicked death. Baba knew everything that was in my heart, and hence at his refusal to accept my offering, Baba at his noonday meal daily used to give me a vessel full of food which I used to take home. On the day of Baba's Mahasamadhi, I was greatly agitated at his leaving me, and I was weeping at about 10 p.m. in my house, saying, "Baba, I cannot see you again." I came out, and outside my foot door I saw a serpent and felt that it was Baba, and said, "I cannot recognize you in the serpent body. I know only your Sai Baba form." On hearing this, immediately the serpent disappeared. Here we come to the end of Sai Leela episode 30. Om Sai Ram.